Hey, it's Tosh.
And I'm Tanya,
And we are
the TANGRY girls.
Welcome to the show today. Tanya, on a scale of 1 to 7, how tangry are you today?
Right now, I'm probably about a 6.
Ooh, that's pretty good. What's going on?
Well, you know I ordered this whole tripod thing to do our videos on, right?
Yep.
And you know I was supposed to spend the last couple of nights making sure that I knew how to do it, right?
Yeah, you told me you were.
Yeah.
You told me how proud you were. That
Yes.
You were getting everything set up and practicing. Yeah, I remember that. Didn't happen.
Did not happen. I can give you the 101 million excuses. So I'm a little tangry at myself right now because I did not do what I said I was going to do.
And folks, you know what's so funny about Tangry? Originally, Tanya was counting on me being mad at her so that she could get out of being mad at herself and then for be mad at me or feel righteous because then I would be mad at her. But you know what I did? I flipped that thing around. So when she expected me to be angry, I just said,
Girl, I don't even know what you just said, okay? I feel like, did you guys get that? No.
they did.
No,
They've been there before.
No.
You've been there before where your friend tried to escape their own anger at themselves by making you be angry at them so that they can then be right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
On a scale of 1 to 7, how tangry are you?
I am tangry. I'm a 6. On a scale of 1 to 7, how tangry are you?
I'm a 5. I'm walking in grace right now.
You are?
Girl, I need it for myself, and I'm offering it to as many people as I can offer it to.
I guess the Lord gave her a little bit more. You do think He gave you that for me today since I didn't do what I was supposed to do?
I think He gave it to me for me because I got so much stuff going on right now.
Okay.
And, today we're going to talk about something called singled out. Because, when you're singled out, it has multiple meanings. One is when you know you've been called out by God for a mission.
Yeah.
But also, we're called out by God, but we're also doing this now in a season where we're both single. I'm a widow with 5 kids.
I'm divorced with 2 kids.
And so it's been a process. So we're singled out by God for the mission that we've been called to. And at the same time, we're 2 women making our way in the world.
Hot women.
Well, yeah, we're hot. I'm definitely a hot mess. But,
Me
yeah.
too.
But we're 2 women making our way in our world trying to do mission, but at the same time try to figure out where's there space for someone in our life, because all of us, regardless of what we've been called to do, we can't do it alone. And as much as we enjoy each other and having each other,
She enjoys me.
there's nothing like having Jesus.
Just
There's
saying.
nothing like having somebody there that can be there on your best day and your worst day.
Yes.
That's probably been my biggest surprise about being a widow, especially in being in ministry. There's some days in ministry that it is like, whoa, awesome sauce. And there's some days it is like as low as you can get, like lay prostrate on the floor for people. And
She does lay on
and
the
on
floor.
both those days, you would love to have somebody that
Yeah.
you can fall into the arms of or just be there for you in that way that, even your best girlfriend can't be there for you in that way.
I know.
yeah.
I try to be.
Yeah, you do. And we have this thing called HT, which is called husband, Tanya, or husband Tosh.
Yes.
So where we kind of like step in for each other, like if we got a project to get done and like I'm in seminary, so there are times when Tanya will just throughout the day that I'm trying to get a paper done, she'll say, what do you need your HT to do? And she'll try to step in and do that. But even in doing that, there's still that space. And I know those of you who are extra holy be like, well, isn't that what Jesus for? Isn't that what the Holy Spirit
Right.
for?
Don't you just
Yes.
need the Lord?
Yes, but we're not here about being righteous. We're here about being real.
Real.
And being real means there are spaces in our lives that we need another person that's like a companion for. But even in
Is
the
this a
way
man? This is a man. We're talking about a man,
Yeah, we're
right?
talking about a
Because
man.
I am another person.
Yeah, you are another person. True.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
let's be real.
Yeah.
Because didn't you hear her say, well, sometimes you just need another person? I'm like, well, who am I? I have on like my tongue T-shirt today. Okay, I am another person.
You are another person. You are definitely another person. And in some cases, sometimes you are more person than I even need. But but you are awesome.
Maybe that's why I'm divorced. Not gonna go there.
Not gonna go there.
Not gonna go there.
But we are talking about singled out. So
Yes.
how's it been for you on your singled out journey? And I think I mentioned that I'm a widow. It's been 4 years since
Yes.
I've been a widow. And how long have you been divorced?
So I have been single. I love this conversation. So I've been single now for over a year, but officially, legally divorced 2 months.
And it's been a journey.
You know, it has been the darkest time. I mean, through life, you're like, okay, if this happened, and so when you wake up one morning and your worst nightmare is actually happening, and you walk through those dark days, I will just tell you, without Jesus, you and a few other friends, I would still be on the floor, Tosh.
Yeah, I mean, and even with that, I mean, being on the floor is something you guys are going to hear often from us. It's kind of a phrase, but also it's really what we do. I know for myself, like, I never thought that, if I were to be a widow at any point, that I would even think to be in a relationship with somebody. I always thought I would want to be by myself.
Yeah.
And up until 4 years ago, I mean, for 4 years, I have done that, but recently had something where I dated somebody for a time, and it was awesome sauce when it was awesome sauce.
Yeah.
But then it got to that point where it's the confusion of how do you make room for somebody in your life, make room for your mission, and make room for your kids and all the things. I mean, I wear so many hats. I mean, I should be like a hat store.
She does wear a lot of hats, okay? Because she's a mom of 5. Okay, one with severe special needs, okay, widow, student, because she's going to seminary, because my girl, let me tell you, she's a pastor, but she's also a reverend, okay, and she's a real estate agent. I mean, you just had a listing, right? So, I mean, you're doing all the things, but, there's something that's still missing.
Yeah. It's just that, that person that you can, be there for you and talk to and kind of commiserate with. And it's funny, though, because sometimes, you think you find that person and it feels really good.
Yes.
But there's this new thing around that wasn't around when I dated 20 years ago. And that's when you take a pause. You don't break up. You just take a pause. And, but it's funny because even if you take that pause and you knowingly take that pause and you're part of the decision of taking that pause, it still feels funny.
But are you really a part of that decision? I mean, because somebody has to press pause, and then you just agree with it because, oh, by the way, they want to take a pause, and what do you get? You can't force anybody to do something.
No, and the funny thing is you kind of know you need to do a pause as well. So, like, when the pause comes up, it just is what it is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I mean, so you did an app.
Yeah.
So we did something that we said that we would never do.
Yeah, I definitely said I would never do.
I'm like, I am not going on an app. You know what? The Lord is going to bring me my man when it's time.
Yes.
Well, he never knocked on my door.
Yeah. Well, let's be honest here. I did a app. Tanya's done multiple apps. But
okay, are we counting apps now?
Well, we're being real.
I just felt like the Lord was like, you need to expand. Yes. There is Bible scriptures like keep on knocking on the door.
Yeah, but it also says that a man will find the woman and find a good thing.
Okay, well, I just was like throwing myself out there to give men the opportunity to find their blessing.
True.
Okay,
and that's a good thing. But I'm glad I did it because it was a good experience of doing it. I counseled with my pastoral mentor about it, and he also is a widow that had found a great spouse in the same way. And funny, even the pause is like his journey and like the journey of other people.
Right.
So
it's hard.
It's just part of the process, and don't get tangry in being a part of a process that's not the way that you want it, but just know that you have been singled out, and part of being singled out is the process.
Yeah, and for myself, so, I mean, again, this is like our real conversations that we have on the phone, and this is why we started this video and this broadcast to have these conversations. We have not talked about it, but when you open up the Bible and you start reading the Bible and you talk about the different women that, that God separated, right? That he separated, for a time like this. That's like the catchy phrase now for Esther, but love some Esther. that was scary for her to do what she had to do. And then, you know, he singled out, oh, by the way, Mary. He singled out Mary to carry Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you haven't read the Bible, which I highly recommend that you do read the Bible, and then you get a friend to read it too. I mean, so you go Christmas, right? You just think, you know, you have the little, you know, away in the manger, and you just think it's all, you know, all nice and cute, right? No, it was messy and ugly for her and Joseph.
Oh, it's messy and ugly.
I mean, if you think about it, okay, so she was singled out. Okay, they were engaged. They were engaged to be married. I mean, how old do you think Mary was?
She's like, you know, 13, 15.
13, 14, or 15 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy, crazy stuff. Each time we do an episode, it's always brought to you by Ephesians 4. And today I want to share with you Ephesians 4:16, and it says, "From him the whole body, fitted and knit together by every supporting ligament, promotes the growth of the body for the building up itself in love by the proper working of each individual part." So we're a part of the body of Christ,
Yes.
and we all have a mission that we have to accomplish. But even in being part of the bigger body, we are an individual part that's been singled out.
Yes, and you know, one of the things that we used to talk about when we say, you know, tangry, how tangry are you? Because if we are tired and angry, then then we like have bad habits and develop a bad attitude.
True.
Unless you have someone who will say, "Hey, are you tangry? You need to go to bed." I mean, literally, Tosh, you know, I have called her at night, and she's like, because I'm ready to react. You know, so going on these, you know, dating sites, you know, and somebody will reach out and start talking to me, and, you know, I'm like, yes, Lord, this is the one. He is not the one.
He's not the one.
You're not the one. And so then I reach out to someone else, or like, you know, then I want to go backwards to maybe someone that I already said, nope, he's not the one. But then I'll think, well, maybe I didn't give him a chance. And so Tasha will tell me, she's like, Tanya, you need to go to bed.
You need to go to bed.
Right?
Yeah. Delete. Don't even respond. Don't respond.
Yes, yes. So, I would, because you met someone and you guys were dating. What app did you join?
eHarmony. Because of course I did, because I'm a good Christian girl. I'm going to join eHarmony.
Why not Christian Mingle?
Now you know it's Christian Mingle.
But it's full of Christians.
Well, you know, one of the things I really loved about eHarmony is I really do believe, you know, I'm really big into personalities and how people think and process. And so I love the fact that eHarmony kind of has that sort of, personality piece, but also trying to seek to connect people based on genuine relationships. But also kind of gives you some insights into, okay, this is how you are, this is how they are. These are the things that would make you guys a positive match, and these are the things that may be challenging, but they'd be worth it because they give a little color to your relationship.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing about the person that I dated for a time,
speaking of color,
is I kept like deleting them, but then they kept coming back up. And the funny thing is, in the end, the thing, reason we went for a pause was the exact same reason why I kept deleting them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I mean, this person literally kept being singled out for me as a possibility of a person, but they also kind of singled out for the possibility of what would be difficult in a relationship.
Yes.
But that happens.
It does happen. It does. So you're on a pause.
Yep.
And, you know, so I'm totally different. Okay, so that's the reason the Lord brought us together, because, I mean, I was praying, 3 years ago for someone to, to help me, in this ministry that the Lord has given me, which I have no clue. I'm just like the person, don't do this because this is the reason why. And I'm grateful for it. But, Tosh prayed for me. She prayed for someone to help lead and, disciple. But I needed her. and you know, we need each other. So on these different apps, because I'm totally different. So I am more of like, okay, are you hot? Are you cute? And then I'm gonna read what you about. I mean, that's just real, right? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, who wants an ugly person?
I know, right? And then because I am like the churchy nerd, I'm like, do you love Jesus? Are you funny? Do you know how to read? Do you love books? Do you have something about you that you collect? Is there something? What's the thing that we're going to be able to talk about? What's the thing that's going to be, you know, your uniqueness? What's going to be your bright spot? Because I'm somebody, I need that. Like, I need somebody to be passionate about something because I'm very passionate. So you don't have to be passionate about the same things I am, except for the Lord.
Except for the Lord.
But you do need to be passionate about something. And also you gotta have good values and really value family. Like, that's really huge to me, valuing family.
That is so huge to me. So,
Yeah.
you know, wherever you are on your journey, if you've been singled out, or, you know, if you're married and you're in a mission, or, you know, I mean, there's so many women out there who've singled out, and we can take this where we are, but, you know, we're single women, and we're just trying to do it wholly ish. Yes.
Yeah. She's an ish.
I am definitely an ish. Hey, we're not trying. Guess what?
We keep it real.
We keep it real. Not righteous, but just real. Okay. But you know, having faith is so important. But you know, I didn't go through the filters, so you know, and nobody. I'm not judging anybody from doing anything because you know, you've got to take the steps forward for you.
Yeah.
And so, what's the takeaway from Tangry today?
I think
give me the wisdom.
I think the takeaway from Tangry is that, you know, you are singled out, and so you got a mission to do, and you're not meant to do it forever by yourself. You're meant to have people along the way who are friends, but you're also probably going to need somebody that is that one special person that's your person that will need to walk the journey for you. And there will be people who won't have that person for a long time, and
Yes.
there'll be people who won't have that person for sometimes, and there'll be persons who, like yourself or me, already be married and out there in the ether, and you've already found your person, and you need to remember that that person needs to know that you value them for
Yes.
what they add as far as making room for your mission.
Yes.
And those of us who are still seeking to find that person, make sure that that person will be as passionate in supporting you as you go after that thing that God has called you to. So
Yes.
we want to say that we love you.
Yes,
And we want to remind you, stay tangry.
Stay tangry, okay? And pray for a good girlfriend, okay? To have good relationships. Because without this girl, I would just be an ish all the time.
Plus, I'd be totally bored. She keeps me on my toes.
You
and
know I
on-
love you.
And on my knees praying for her. Bye, guys.
Bye, love you. Oh, and by the way, go to our YouTube channel, Tangry Girls, and then like us on Instagram at Tangry Girls, and send us an email. What are you tangry about? Send us an email at tangrygirls@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you, and who knows, maybe we'll be all tangry together. But God bless you.
God bless you,
and-
friends. Stay
and
tangry.
Stay tangry.